So today I thought I would give a little digital sketchbook tour, kind of. Yeah, I've been working a lot digitally recently, so I don't have like an actual sketchbook tour to do, so I thought we'd just go through some of my more recent Procreate ventures. So you'll understand what this is later on. It is a short animation that I'm currently working on for another video. Just to show how I animate in Procreate. So you have that to look forward to if it's not out already. And I did these on the train the other day. I keep getting ideas for a lot of comics that I want to do, but I'll probably never get around to doing them. But this was just like some very rough sketches of like the main character. And I tried to do it in like a different style, so the eyes are a lot bigger and it's more cartoony, which would be good for a comic because it's a lot simpler and quicker to do if you're drawing the characters a lot of time, kind of like animation. But yeah, it's looking cool. I don't really know where it's going, but I was pretty happy with these. I just need to clean them up, obviously, because you can't tell what it all is. Okay, so I wanted to do some Princess Bride fan art, but I couldn't think of a pose that was like original and good, because you know there's a lot of fan art about that film, and I don't know, I thought this was just a bit basic, so I kind of abandoned ship on this one, but maybe I'll come back to it. This was a very rough sketch of like a kitchen scene that I wanted to do. I did a video a couple of weeks ago of the greenhouse in inks, and I really like doing like perspective rooms like that, so I wanted to do another thing. I thought kitchen would be cool, but obviously it's still in the sketching stages. Yeah, and I just chose to sketch it on my iPad because I did try doing it in my sketchbook a few times, but I was just changing the perspective a lot, and it kind of made it a bit more messy because I didn't really have a vision for it, so I thought I'd work it all out on Procreate where I can erase it a lot easier. This is just how I make thumbnails. So this was I wanted to do a small looping GIF, like those lo-fi hip-hop video things. Piper did one on her channel a few weeks ago. Or was it last week? I can't remember. But yeah, this was again based off of the greenhouse painting I did, but I don't really know how I can make it move in an interesting way without like animating every single leaf, so yeah, I might revisit this again and simplify it, because like these two sewing baskets can move, but there's not much else that can, so I'm thinking of just redoing the idea to make something a little more animation friendly. These, so I like knitting, in case you didn't know, and I'm making a scarf with these colours, and I was just deciding what order to do the colours in, because I like planning ahead. This is a dot. I think this was used as like a colour picker thing when I was doing my final film. This is the colour that I shade with, so I just had to export it as a PNG and like colour drop it. It's not interesting. I got some new Procreate brushes. I think they're called George's Inktober brushes. He has a whole set and they were only like $5, and it's the first pack of brushes I actually bought with money. And yeah, I was just testing them all out. So this is a title card for one of the final films of my year. I didn't work on it, I just made the title card for them. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks cool. So this was a go at the 6 fan art things, but I wasn't really liking the style that I did, so I never posted it. But I don't know, maybe I'll do it again. This was, you might have seen this on my Instagram, this was a drawing I did of this Instagram model clothing lady who has cool outfits, and I liked her outfits, so I drew it and she seemed to like it, so that's fun. This is a knife that I never finished. It was based on this one. I wanted to do the same drawing in like a load of different styles with the same colour palette, just to see what I like, because I kind of felt a bit lost with style and stuff. So as you can see, I did like multiply and overlay layers on this one, so it looks very digital. And then this one I was gonna shade with just like the blue, so it was gonna be a bit different. I might finish this. I should really finish this. It was looking cool, but I think I just forgot about it. But yeah, I think it's a cool concept. I'm not really keen on this one. I think it just looks a bit like too rendered in the wrong way, if that makes sense. I don't know. This is just my banner for like social media and stuff. And also my business card design. This is a terrifying hamster. Again, for one of the final films in my year, they wanted to have like a really gross close-up of one of the main characters, like they do in SpongeBob, where they have like all the snot and everything. So I was in charge of that because I did the backgrounds. So it would all be cohesive. So this was another background for another one of the films in my year. This was actually for Piper's film, so you might recognise it if and when you see it. This is another one of Piper's backgrounds. You might also recognise this from my Instagram. It wasn't coloured at the time, but yeah, it was just basically one of my housemates said something funny about chicken wings, so I made it into like a graphic design thing, and I thought it was funny. You may recognise this from my Instagram and also from my last studio vlog, because I like broke down the layers and how I made it. This is another one from Instagram that I've posted, and I thought was pretty cool. I kind of tried to develop this style when I did this one, because I did this one first, but I think I still prefer this one, honestly. This is another one that I did in a slightly more sketchy but similar way, and he's very fabulous, and he's also on my Instagram if you want to go see. This was just a quick sketch of like a more cartoony style that I did after we went to see the comic strip museum in Brussels when we went on a trip there. And yeah, I just really like all the styles of comics, so I tried drawing in a different way from some of the reference pictures that I took, and never finished it, as you can see, but it was a nice little sketch. This was some notes from one of the talks at Anima, which was the animation festival that we were in Brussels for. This was some notes from class, another thumbnail. Okay, so we're into my Draw This in Your Style folder. Again, all of these are on Instagram if you want to go see them, so I'm just going to go through them really fast. This is the most recent one. So then there was this one. And then this one was Andrew Richards, I remember this one. This was Piper's that I never finished. This was Shasha's that was cool. This was Hannah's. This was another one that I didn't finish that was, I think it was by Static Wool. But yeah, it was going to be cool, but I never finished it. This is another one that was actually in my last Procreate compilation video, so you can see the whole process of that one if you want to. Same with this one, and this one. And this one, which is Piper's again. And this one. And this one. So this is the Binging King logo, the podcast that me and Piper do. And yeah, I made it. And it was a fun little graphic design thing that I did, and it made me want to do more because it was fun. These are tits. I had this idea. Okay, so the story goes, I was walking around Munich with my mum, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, we took a wrong turn and we ended up walking in this really like seedy area, and then there was a strip club that was just called Boobs. They had like a really fancy sign with like beautiful typography and like old tattoo design kind of layout, and it just said boobs. I thought it was funny, so I made well, I'm currently making a whole series of stickers with boobs, with like different funny names for boobs. But yeah, when I open up my Etsy shop again after we move, I will hopefully be adding all of these finished stickers, because hopefully they will be finished by then. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So these are some more characters that I did for a different comic idea that I had. And I still kind of like the style of these. I got a bit bored drawing it all the time because it's kind of basic, I want to say. Like, I don't know. I think the characters are cute. It's just a bit boring. But maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know. Which do you prefer? I have like the more in proportion people here. And then I had like all of these guys up here. Obviously those are a lot more finished. I don't know. I kind of stuck between the two. So this is my actual business card. Well, the front of it anyway. And it has all my details in the back. This was an illustration that I did for like a gender version of the uni zine that they print every month, I think. Every 3 months, I don't know. It's alright. Like, I think the concept is cool, but I can definitely draw people a lot better now because they all look a bit stiff. Yeah, it's cool. This was a different video I did where I just tried to make creature design and I thought it was cute. He's like made up plants and he's got bones. I don't know. It's cute. So these are my sticker designs that you can find on my Etsy shop once it reopens, and I think I'm very funny, even though I got most of these off of like friends on the internet. But I enjoy the puns. So this is a giant chicken with gorilla arms that was the star of last year's film that I made. It was actually pretty good. It went on to it got into quite a few animation festivals and it got nominated for an RTS award and everything. And this is just the poster that I did. I mocked up for it. In the actual version it has all of our little laurels on it now, which is cute. But this is just the plain version. This is from a few years ago now. Yeah, 2018. It was really fun to do. Obviously I can do a much better job now. But I still think I did a good job on the perspective and everything. I just think I'm better at lighting and stuff now. This is another one in that sort of series. It was my first go, one of my first goes at like doing a proper landscape, and again, I can do better now, but I'm not mad at it. It's still pretty good. This is another one that I should do in a different style. It's a bit messier, but it's fine, I guess. This is a blank page for some reason. This is a series that I did when I had art block and I didn't know what to do, so I just started like illustrating memes, and this was a meme that someone sent to me, and I made a drawing of it because I'm dumb. So these are all my cocktail ladies. I think, yeah, these are all the screensavers that I made for the people on the Binging King Patreon page. Every month you get a wallpaper from both me and Piper for the first tier. So this was a few of the phone wallpapers that I made, just so there was like room for the time and everything. These are these are quite old, but you can see them. I think they're from last summer. So yeah, if you scroll back a fair way on my Instagram, you can see them. But this was just a series. There are just 3 illustrations that I made of like people in Victorian clothes based on the primary colours. So this was the yellow one, this was the red one, and this was the blue one. And this was actually my first ever Draw This In Your Style that I used. I just used the illustration I already had. I didn't actually make one. I don't know. Yeah, not that many people entered, and I think all the brocade, is it called brocades? Brocades on the jacket kind of scared people off. But it was cool. I still quite like these. I really like the way I structured the face on her, and I think I've been trying to replicate that, but at the same time I got bored of making everything like these more realistic proportions, and I just wanted to try something a bit cartoony to mix it up a bit, you know? This is a blank page. This is in animation. There we go, it's playing. Yeah, this was just a twirly animation that I did. It was cool. It's not the best one I've done. I've only done 2, but the other one was better. But yeah, it's cool. Will this play? Yeah, there we go. This was some roughs that I did for a collaboration with a graphic design student at uni. And it was meant to show like all the internal working parts of a phone. But it never got completed just because I don't think the imagery was quite clear enough. It was meant to be a set of 3 GIFs that we were going to make, but we only made 2 in the end. This is one of the finished ones. I posted these on my Instagram a couple of days ago as well, so you can go see them on there if you want. This was just meant to show all the different uses for phones that we have. So there's like text messaging, email, social media, and then it's like how you open the screen. It's cool. This was like the history of phones. So you have the old whatchamacallit phone, there's a Nokia in there, and there's like the first iPhone compared to the current iPhone, and then it goes backwards to show like the timeline, I guess. This was the other just goopy animation that I did that I still quite like, also on my Instagram. But yeah, I just like all the little light blue loopies. That's cool. This is my animation for my intro card that you will have seen at the beginning of this video. This was before I added like the overlay and the janky sound effects. I don't really know what I hate doing sound, so I just put like the glitch effect over all of it, and everyone gets really confused when they open it for the first time because they think it's actually glitching. But I quite like confusing people, so I'm gonna keep it. This was, I think we're getting into all of the things for my final film. And yeah, this was a paper set that one of my teammates made for a certain part of the animation. And it's very cool, it's very pretty, and the reason I have it on here is because I edited the picture after we did the photo shoot, and then I added the background on the clouds and everything. And I just took it into Procreate to tidy some of the messy bits up and to blend it out and everything, but it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. I might end this sketchbook tour here because it's kind of all trash after this. I think this was a pretty cool little tour. Yeah, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want me to do another one. Let me know if you prefer sketchbook tours with my boring monotone voice over the top of it, or if you just want some music next time, because I think this is the first sketchbook tour that I've done with a voiceover, so let me know what you think, and hopefully I will see you around in the future.